Now, the first layer in this diagram, there are two muscles. It is the digastric muscles, and the muscles come from the styloid process. This is the styloid muscles, digastric and the styloid muscles present in the first plane. The digastric muscles, it has the two belly. In front, it is the anterior belly of the digastric. Behind, it is the posterior belly of the digastric muscles. Both the muscles are inserted by the intermediate tendon on the junction of the body and the greater cornea of the hyoid bone. Means by the intermediate tendon, both bellies are inserted at the hyoid bone. Now, if you remember, this structure, this forms the boundary. This is the digastric triangle. The digastric triangle is formed by these muscles, assisted by the styloid muscles. Now, if you compare the anterior belly and the posterior belly of the digastric muscles, the anterior belly, it is the unipennate muscles. It is the unipennate. While the posterior belly, it is the bipennate muscles. The anterior belly of the digastric, it develops from the first pharyngeal arch. First pharyngeal arch. And this posterior belly develops from the second pharyngeal arch. So, according to the development, this anterior belly is supplied by the mylohyoid nerve. Mylohyoid nerve. Why? Because the nerve of the first arch is the mandibular and the maxillary nerve. Maxillary is the sensory, mandibular is the mix. So, it is the inferior angular nerve, that branch is the mylohyoid nerve, supply the anterior belly of the digastric muscles. And this mylohyoid nerve also supply the mylohyoid muscles, means single nerve supply the two muscles. This is the second arch. So, the second arch nerve, it is the facial nerve. So, this posterior belly is supplied by the facial nerve. Now, this posterior belly takes origin from the digastric notch that is situated on the medial aspect of the mastoid process. Its origin is from the digastric notch. Digastric notch situated on the medial aspect of the mastoid process, while this anterior belly takes origin from the digastric fossa. Of mandible. Digastric fossa of the mandible. Where is situated? It is situated at the base near the symphysis mentae. The origin and the nerve supply of this anterior and the posterior belly varies. It takes origin, it runs downwards and forward, while the anterior belly runs downwards and backwards, and both are inserted by this intermediate tendon on the hyoid bone. Now, if you see the action of the digastric muscles, complete action. These muscles act on the hyoid bone and these muscles act on the mandible. So, if it acts on the hyoid bone, it elevates. It is the action. It elevates the hyoid bone. And this action is opposite the infrahyoid muscles. Infrahyoid depress while the suprahyoid muscles elevates the hyoid bone during the solving. And these muscles depress the mandible. to open mouth. Digastric muscles depress the mandible against the resistance to open the mouth, and so it helps the muscles of the lateral pterygoid muscle. It assists the lateral pterygoid muscles to open the mouth against the resistance by depressing the mandible. Now, this digastric muscles forms the digastric triangle. It participates, anterior belly participates in the formation of the submental triangle. Then its posterior belly assists in the formation of the carotid triangle. So these are the three triangles of the anterior triangle that are formed, that's boundary are formed by the digastric muscles, either complete digastric or its anterior belly or posterior belly. Now the important belly, it is the posterior belly, is the important landmark of this region. Posterior belly of the digastric muscles, its deep relations are very important. This posterior belly of the digastric muscles is deeply related with the internal jugular vein. Then it is the last three cranial nerves, 9th, 10th and the 11th. 9th, 10th and the 11th. 10th vertically downwards, 11th turns in the posterior triangle, while the 12th runs curve on the hyoglossus muscles and enter the tongue. So these are the three nerves passes deep to the posterior belly of the digastric, along with the terminal branches of the common carotid artery, that is the external carotid artery and the internal carotid artery. These are the branches, few branches of the external carotid artery. They are situated deep to this posterior belly of the digastric. That is the lingual artery, facial artery, ascending pharyngeal artery. Now, if you see this digastric muscles, it has the upper border and this is the lower border. The upper border of the digastric muscles, here is the upper border. It is followed by the muscles, that is the styloid muscles. Styloid muscles follow the upper border of this posterior belly of the digastric, and the upper border is followed by the artery, branch of the external carotid artery. This is the posterior auricular artery. Now the lower border. This is the lower border. It is followed by the occipital artery. Occipital artery. It is also a branch of the external carotid artery. So the two branches follow the upper border and the lower border, while these three branches passes deep to the posterior belly of the digastric along with the three great vessels. So this is the posterior belly deep relations. Now if you see the superficial relation of the posterior belly of the digastric, the superficial relations, it is covered by skin and fascia. Superficially, skin and the fascia. Then there is a branch of the fascial nerve, that is the cervical nerve. Cervical branch of fascial nerve. It is present in this fascia, and this cervical branch supply the platysma. Then it is superficially covered by the sternomastoid muscles. Sternomastoid muscles. Then superficially, it is a part of the parotid gland. part of the thyroid gland, that is the apex part, overlaps with the posterior belly of the digestive, along with the sub part of the submandibular gland. Submandibular gland. These are the two salivary glands that overlap, situated anteriorly to the posterior belly of the digestive muscles. Then it is the mastoid process. It is the mastoid process. So we see these are the deep relations of the posterior belly of the digestive muscles. Important. And these are the structures present superficial to the posterior belly of the digestive muscles.